Special thanks to Patreon supporter Ghost of Tsushima for making this tutorial possible. Hello ladies and gentlemen, ZPro here bringing you another Minecraft Modern Warfare vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and doing a tutorial for the AMSS Atlas2000 K-Loader. What this here is a loading platform that's used for loading cargo aircraft. Pretty straightforward. As you can know, gravity's kind of a pain in the ass, and when you're trying to take cargo and push up a ramp, make it a little bit more difficult. What all cargo aircraft have a feature of is basically the extending ramp. What they can do is they can lower the door without that ramp, and in doing so it allows this vehicle here to pull right up to the rear of the aircraft and to be able to easily just push cargo right on it. It's pretty cool little system and is very important and fairly widely used in the United States military, and I imagine probably other militaries around the world for ease of transportation loading. This version here is designed for up to 20 tons, and yeah, that's really about it. It's a pretty just standard typical look. There's some that are larger, some that are smaller, so there's quite a wide range of these, but I thought this was kind of a good mid-sized one to go ahead and build for you. Before we go and take a look at it, I want to go ahead and give special thanks to Patreon supporter Ghost of Tsushima for making this tutorial possible. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel more than you guys already do, feel free to check my Patreon page. Link is in the video description, where you can go and pledge a small amount to the channel every month, and in doing so earn a vehicle request you're choosing. Really helps support the work I do on my channel and is fairly greatly appreciated, so definitely feel free to check it out if you're interested. Anyways, let's go ahead and dive in here to take a look at this K-Loader design. So obviously I have two versions here for you guys. I have the version where it's extended to where it'd be up to a ramp. Now I've already checked this out, and it actually does work with my C-17. If you go ahead and remove the landing ramp and just have it parked right up against the floor level, this will actually line up perfectly with the C-17. This is a block short on the C5, so this is definitely going to be a better build to use for the C-17. C5s, however, would probably use bigger K-Loaders anyway, so but yeah, that's just kind of throwing that out there for those of you guys that may be interested in that. But yeah, so we'll start off with the one where it's not extended. So this is what it looks like when it's in standard kind of format. As you can see, it's pretty low profile, simple little vehicle. We have a little cab here for the driver or the operator, and you can see we have all the instruments and stuff like that, or I say instruments, but all the chassis and all that stuff for the vehicle. And then you have basically the ramp right here. And then you can see the extended version, you get a little bit more of that detail. You kind of get to see what's actually inside here. All the hydraulic systems and stuff like that for this. And it's basically just like a giant lift. So it just gets lifted up on the sides there. And really that's about it for the platform. Pretty simple thing. And like I said, we'll be building both of these, so if you are interested in one over the other, then you'll be able to have both. If you do want to build both, you can have maybe one loading an aircraft, one nearby with some cargo ready to go. So yeah, you definitely have some playability with it. I think it's a pretty cool build and should be a fun one to add to your air bases, or just even civilian airports and all that stuff. All you gotta do is recolor this white and you have a civilian one as well. So anyways, without further ado, let's go and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer. Alright guys, so go ahead and move it into our first layer. The first layer for both these are going to be pretty much exactly the same, and once we get past this first layer, I'm going to talk about a little bit further how we're going to go ahead and go about structuring the rest of the tutorial. But anyways, let's go ahead and move into the first layer here. First thing we want to do is we're going to go ahead and place down a block of coal, like so. Coming off this block of coal, we're going to place down a fence gate, followed by an anvil, and another fence gate like that coming off that anvil. We're going to then place down a dark oak wood top slab coming off this anvil forward, and then a zombie head coming off these two fence gates, followed by a block of coal also coming off this fence gate here to the side. We're going to go ahead and also place down a dark oak wood sign coming off the side there of that dark oak wood top slab. After that's done, we want to go ahead and then place down a row of 3 of dark oak wood top slabs across after those fence gates and that anvil. And we're going to then go along the sides here and go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Dark oak wood top slabs back, and same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. We're going to then place down a top slab here in between those, and then at this point, we're going to then place down our anvil in the center, dark oak wood fence gate to both sides, a block of coal to both sides, our dark oak wood top slab coming off the back here, a zombie head to both sides, and on the back here it's going to be slightly different. We're going to go and grab an item frame, and also a tripwire hook, and we're going to place down an item frame and a tripwire hook here on the back, And we're going to rotate the tripwire hook so it's facing downwards like so, coming off that slab. With that all complete, we then want to go ahead and go to the sides here. We're going to go ahead and do the detail for these. We're going to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood fence post next to each one of these blocks of coal. So just like that. And we want to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood top slab coming off the sides here of these dark oak wood top slabs. Like that. We're going to then place down a zombie head on both sides. On the left side here, it's going to be slightly different. We're going to go ahead and place down a total of 1, 2, and 3 chains going forward. After those 3 chains, we want to go and then place down a row of 2 of polished blackstone top slabs, followed by another chain, a zombie head, and then a quartz top slab here, come off that dark oak wood one, with a birchwood sign on the side of that quartz top slab. Over on the right side, it's going to be almost the same thing, except we're not going to do the polished blackstone top slabs. We're going to place down our smooth quartz top slab here in the front, a birchwood sign on the side here, followed by a zombie head, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 chains back like that along the side there. And after we have that all done, we pretty much have our base complete. We can also go ahead and take some dark oak wood slabs, and just to kind of fill in the chassis here a little bit better, we can place down one here, and then something like that, just to kind of give a little bit more of a chassis type of feel to it. And let me just go and double check here, make sure there's not anything important that is done right here, and it doesn't appear to be so. So that looks like it's fine for right there. One thing also for the wheels is to kind of go ahead and make them look a little bit more spicier, I like to say. I'll go ahead and grab some of the wheels, which don't actually have any over here. So we'll go ahead and just make these. But they're pretty simple to do. All we're going to basically do here is we're going to go ahead and grab our green banner, our loom, and we're going to need basically 2 black dye. Super simple. We're going to go into our loom, place our green banner, our black dye. We're going to go and do the border with black around the wheel, and then the line horizontally through the center of black, like so. This banner here will go ahead and go on each one of these blocks of coal, just like this on the sides here, to go ahead and give a little bit more of a wheel type look. You can also use dark oak wood buttons or item frames of green stained glass in them, but I just like the banner look because I think it looks a little bit better. I think it looks the best out of all those options. At this point also, if you do plan to have this with the raised up platform, then awesome. One thing I would recommend doing is going to go ahead and go into your creative menu and grab yourself some green shulker boxes. Now underneath these dark oak wood fence posts, you can see right here, we're going to go and place down a green shulker box like this, and this is going to be for the extended version. So if you're building the extended version with that raised platform, you're going to want to go ahead and place down these green shulker boxes, because this right here will basically be the stabilizers like that, which will be supporting the vehicle and making sure it doesn't fall over or anything like that. So that right there is pretty much all we have here for this layer, and this is going to be the same for both versions. At this point here, we'll be going ahead and now moving into what to do for the extended version in terms of building all this detail here, these hydraulic arms and stuff like that. And after we get to that point, both are going to be kind of the same. It's just going to be a matter of where you place them. So with that, let's go ahead and dive into building the extended version. If you are just wanting to build the flat version, then go ahead and refer to the timestamps in the video, which will take you to basically where you need to go, and you can basically skip the entire building process for the extended version. But anyways, let's move into the extended version. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into the extended version. For the extended version, the first thing we're going to go and start off is we're going to go and take a zombie head, and on each one of these dark oak wood fence posts with our shulker boxes below them, we're going to be going ahead and placing down a zombie head on each one of those, like so. Try to make sure that the face is facing toward the inside to avoid that face being visible on the outside of the vehicle there. At this point though, we're going to then go to these dark oak wood fence gates here and place down a zombie head on each one of those, like so. After that, we're going to place down a redstone repeater on top of this dark oak wood top slab with the notches spread apart like that, followed by a lever on top of these 2 dark oak wood top slabs at the side, which will be facing toward those zombie heads like so. We then want to place down a dark oak wood stair that's going to be coming off this anvil, or coming off this redstone repeater, followed by a dark oak wood trapdoor to both sides, and have the trapdoor open up like so next to the stair. We're going to go and then place down a stone brick wall coming off this stair like so, followed by a zombie head to both sides, and then going back from the zombie head, we're going to place down a end rod like that on both sides. Once we have that done, we're going to then place down a block to the sides here, so basically on top of this chain, on top of that polished blackstone top slab, just a block to the side there. We're going to place down a zombie head coming off the side of those blocks, and then we're going to then delete those blocks like so, so you get something that looks like this here. After that, we want to go and then place down a row of 2 of dark oak wood upside down stairs. So 2 upside down stairs basically facing each other, like so. Coming off the sides of those, we're going to place down item frames with black concrete in those item frames, like so. And then we're going to go and then grab ourselves dark oak wood signs again, and we're going to place down 2 dark oak wood signs along the sides of the stairs. Now this is a feature that's only going to be available if you're on Java. If you're on Bedrock or Pocket Edition, you will not be able to place down signs and item frames in the same block space. If that's the case, just go ahead and place down the item frames and disregard the signs there, as the signs really are just extra detail that really aren't too important to the overall look of the build. Again, if you're on Java, we can go ahead and also place down item frames here on the inside here. And we can place down black concrete as well, just to kind of help reinforce that detail a little bit better when looking at it from certain angles. With that done, we're going to then take our blocks of concrete, or just our blocks out to the side here again. So same thing we did up there for the front, or for this section there for the zombie heads. And we're going to place down our zombie heads coming off the sides of those blocks. Then delete those blocks. We're going to go then place down an end rod, going back on both sides, followed by a stone brick wall that's going to be in the center here, followed by a zombie head to both sides of the stone brick wall. And then we're going to then place down a dark oak wood stair, like the front there, dark oak wood trapdoor to both sides like so, followed by a daylight detector on top of these top slabs like so. Then on the back, we're going to place down a redstone repeater here, notches spread apart, followed by a lever on top of these 2 dark oak wood top slabs. And we're going to go then place down a zombie head on top of these fence gates here, like that to both sides. After we have that done, we're going to continue up to our next layer up. So our next layer up, we're going to go ahead and place down levers here on top of these 2 dark oak wood upside down stairs, facing in the directions like so. We then want to take our dark oak wood stairs. We're going to place down a dark oak wood stair, like so, followed by an upside down stair coming off that, and then we're going to place down a top slab, like so. And you probably guessed it, on the side here of these 2 stairs, we're going to place down item frames with black stain, with black concrete in them, and dark oak wood signs again on the sides if you're on Java. Same thing will be done here for the one going toward the back. So just like this. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and also, if we're on Java, we'll place down the item frames here on the inside, like so. And then right here, we're just going to be going ahead and doing the same thing. So just our dark oak wood stairs, our slabs, our item frames, like so, and our dark oak wood signs again on Java, and the same thing right back here. And our signs, and then item frames on the inside here. Again, optional if you do have access to that. And then also the last thing we want to do here is just take a trapdoor and just place down a trapdoor like this coming off those top slabs. And once you have that done, that right there is going to basically complete what we have there for the extended version. We're going to be building basically the platform now on top of it. If you're on, again, if you're on a different version, or if you want to build this for the C5, I would recommend trying to come up with a way to actually extend this 1 block higher. So that's something you'd have to figure out for yourself here. I mean, you could maybe do something like this to kind of get you that extra height there if you want to build this for the C5 to get that to work for it. But for the most part, this right here is going to be the design we're going to be going with, which will be for the C17 and would work for most cargo planes, I feel like. So yeah, that right there is what we're going to go ahead and go with, and that right there is it for the extended designs. We're going to go ahead and now move into basically doing both designs together, in which we have basically our top platform here, which we're going to be working on. Anyways, let's go ahead and move into that. Alright guys, so at this point now, we're going to be going ahead and basically doing the same thing really for both platforms. So basically at this point, we have both our extended version and our kind of our de-extended version, I guess you can say, our normal kind of version. So basically right here we have to add the platform on. Now the platform is exactly the same for both. It's just basically a matter of how we go ahead and go about starting it. To begin with, for the one where it's not deployed, we're going to go ahead and be starting our green terracotta. We're going to place down 2 green terracotta blocks, which will be on top of this fence gate and this top slab going back. And we're just going to do the same thing here on both sides here. So this top slab, this fence gate, this top slab and fence gate, like that for that. Now when it comes to our extended platform, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and go up forward from this dark oak wood trapdoor. We're going to go ahead and place down our green terracotta blocks like that. So it's just going to go ahead and go forward like so. And now right there will basically be the 2 differences there in where you go ahead and start your platforms. At this point, everything we do now will be the same across both platforms. So let's go ahead and get started with that. And we're going to go ahead and do it with the lowered one, because there are some features I do want to talk about that are a little different for the lowered one. but it's going to be nothing too serious. To begin with, we're going to go ahead and place down a dark oak top slab, which will be coming off these two green terracotta blocks, and same thing on the back here. So, just like this, and then come off the side of those. We're going to be placed on an item frame, a tripwire hook in the item frame rotated so it's facing downwards, and same thing over here as well. So like so. Same thing back here. And same thing over here. Like that. And then after we have that done, we want to go and take our dark oak top slabs. We're going to go and just fill in the space between our green terracotta with two top slabs, like so. And we then want to go ahead and go in both directions here with two rows of 3 of dark oak top slabs. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, like so. And then same thing back here, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Now, once we get to this point, we're going to then go to the ends here. We're going to place down 2 dark oak trapdoors to both sides. So like so. And we then want to go ahead and place down an item frame, which will be coming off the side here of these trapdoors right here. So like that. And same thing back here. So like so. On both sides here. Now at this point, on the back, we do want to go ahead and then take our dark oak stairs. We're going to be going ahead and placing down a dark oak upside down stair, which will be coming off the sides here. So we have an upside down stair here, upside down stair here, and then a top slab in between them like so. So just like this. And then in the corner spaces, we want to go ahead and grab ourselves some fence gates. We're going to place down a fence gate like so in the corners here. And we then want to open the fence gates toward the rear of the vehicle. So just like this. At this point, we're going to go then grab ourselves some dark oak signs. And we're going to place down dark oak signs, which will be coming off the fence gate here. And the fence gate over here. And then we're going to go and then drop down from this fence gate one more. And that's going to be opened up toward the back there. And a dark oak sign like this. And same thing right over here, open toward the back. So like so. And again, that's what it'll look like for the extended version. As you can see, we do have the fence gates that do hang down as well from that design. At this point, we're going to go and then grab an item frame and place on an item frame that will be coming off these 2 stairs here on the back. And then going into our creative menu, we'll grab ourselves a red bed. And we're going to go and place down a red bed in those item frames, rotate on their sides like so. Followed by a dark oak sign over the backs of the stairs there, again if you're on Java. At this point, with that all complete, we're going to then go to the front and do our front design. Front design here is going to basically be the same thing, but we're going to be using white beds pretty much instead. So dark oak upside down stair, top slab, upside down stair. We're going to grab our fence gates again, and we're going to basically do the same thing. So fence gates here, open toward the front, like so. Dark oak signs, which will be coming off those fence gates, as well as fence gates that drop down like this in the front here, open toward the front, fence gate. And same thing here, like so, and our sign on the side of that. And then we're going to place down our 2 item frames here, except for those item frames, we're going to go and then place down a white bed in those item frames like this. And we're going to go and rotate these to the sides like so. And then a dark oak sign there on the backs of those stairs. So it should look like that there for the front headlights. And this is what we have so far for that platform. Alright guys, so I just want to take some time here to show you guys basically what we have going on here. Now there are some differences here I do want to talk about, and this is going to come into effect here. As you can see, this is what we have set up for both these at this time being. We have both basically the flat version and the extended version set up and good to go, and we're at this point here in the tutorial. Now what happens next is for the version that sits flat, we're going to be going ahead and placing down these zombie head on top of these fence posts. So just like this. And we then want to go ahead and place down a daylight detector, which will be on top of this slab here. Now at this point, we're going to then take our dark oak trapdoors, and we just want to go and place down a row of trapdoors between the zombie heads and the daylight detector like this, going all the way along the side here. And this right here is going to be for the flat version. So same thing over here, like this. Going all the way toward the front, like that, or until we get to the daylight detector. So like this. Now the difference that comes into play here is that over here for the extended version, we're just going to go ahead and have our trapdoors just go all the way back to back. So from slab to top slab, like this all the way along the side here, as we don't have any of that stuff obstructing us. So we can just go ahead and place down this row that goes all the way across there. So you can see there are the 2 differences there. Pretty minor, but I just want to go ahead and make sure that I mention them so that nobody gets confused or anything like that. Anyways, at this point here, our next step is to go ahead and take dark oak stairs. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 upside down dark oak stairs. And back here, pretty much the same thing. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to place down one more upside down stairs, so you have a total of 5 upside down stairs. And you want to make sure that in the place where they meet right here, you basically have a full block of space. So it looks like that on the side there. And same thing will be done over here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then back here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then after that, we're just going to go and fill in the space in between here with our dark oak top slabs, like so. And the same thing will be done over here for this one. So you'll just have your 5 upside down stairs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then same thing here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And just the same thing over there across that way, our dark oak top slabs. And then our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 upside down stairs. And then our 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 upside down stairs. So same thing there basically for that, and you basically have the platform there done for, or the start of the platform completed there for both sides like so. Anyways, that right there is going to conclude what we have there for the platform, for layer 1 of the platform. And with that, let's go ahead and jump up to layer 2. Alright guys, so going ahead and moved into layer 2 of our platform here. I'm going to basically just be working on one platform in particular. Both are going to be exactly the same, so just know, but we're just going to be working on the extended versions platform here. But again, both are the same. To get started with, our center line here, we're going to place down a lever facing backwards like that, followed by a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Stone pressure plates that can just go all the way back along the aircraft, or along this vehicle. We're going to go then place down an item frame to both sides here, a light gray bed in the item frame, and we're going to rotate this so the pillows face toward the outside. And we're going to go to the back here and do the same thing. So that this right here is going to go out to both sides, and it's actually going to go on top of this fence gate as well. And we're just going to place down our light gray beds here with the pillows facing toward the outside. So like this. Out to the sides here, like so. And then once we get to this point, over here to the right side, we're going to take our gray carpet and we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 gray carpet forward. And then we're going to go then take our daylight detectors. We're going to place down 1, 2. And then we're going to go to the back. Actually, not the back, sorry, just the front. And we're also going to place down a dark oak sign on the side here of the first one. We're going to then take our stone pressure plates and just take our stone pressure plates back here along the sides. Like so. And then once we get to this point, we do have the railing here to the side. Now the railing here does use a little bit of mods, though you can do it without it if you do want it. Or not really, I say mods, but the debug stick is available for Java players, so it is a feature in the game just for Java, unfortunately. But basically really simple. What we're going to do here is we're going to kind of set up our basic line for this to begin with. And what we want to do here is we're going to go ahead and start off by going ahead and going to this daylight detector. We're going to build a block out to the side here. We're going to place down a lever on the side of it, like so. And we want to go and then take our debug stick, and we're going to go ahead and rotate this so it faces this direction like so. And then we want to go ahead and activate it like that. So it's basically going to sit like that. And then on the back of this, we're going to go and place down 2 end rods. And you can see here that the lever did break. So just make sure you go and place those end rods before you go ahead and do this technique. So basically you'll rotate it like that. Your other option you can do here is you can go ahead and place down, instead of that lever there, you can place down a zombie head here. That also is an option. But the levers here are just going to give you that better look of what we're kind of going for here. So we have a lever like that. What we're going to do then is we're going to go and then skip a space. We're going to go and place down there 2 levers. We're going to skip another space. Place down 2 levers. Skip a space. 2 levers. Skip a space. And then our 2 levers like this going back. Again, skip 1 more space. And then our 2 levers like this going back. On the end here, we're going to go and do the same thing. So our lever like so. And we're going to go ahead and rotate it. And we're going to have it powered like so. And then what's basically going to happen here is for each one of these sections, we're going to build out a block here to the side. And we're just going to go ahead and place down our levers coming off these blocks. And they're just going to be rotated to connect up. So rotate them just like this so that they will connect up to those pressure plates basically like so. Or look like they do connect up to them. And after we have that done, we can go and then delete these blocks like so. Just make sure that you don't step on those pressure plates. I think it will actually cause those levers to break. So just keep that in mind. You may want to go ahead and switch these out for light gray carpet instead of the pressure plates if you are concerned about that happening. But that right there is going to be our right side. Now when it comes to our left side, we have a little bit of a different design here. We have 1, 2, 3 gray carpets here. So like so. And after that, we then want to go ahead and grab our nether brick stairs. We're going to place down a row 2 of nether brick ups down stairs like that. Then after that, we want to go and grab our black stained glass. We're going to place down a row 2, followed by a second row 2 after that. And actually, sorry, it's not going to be row 2 there. It is going to be 2 dark oak wood ups and down stairs. So, like so. And at this point, just go ahead and continue on. We're going to go and work on our front here. We're going to go and place down 2 stone pressure plates forward, followed by 2 daylight detectors like this forward, dark oak wood sign on the side of this one here. And we can go ahead and also turn these to the night mode if wanted. Just make sure that you do fix those fence gates or trapdoors if they do decide to open up on you or mess around or whatever. So yeah, we'll change those to night mode like so. And then at this point, going ahead and going back, we're going to take our stone pressure plates and we're just going to go ahead and run them all the way alongside the dark oak wood trapdoors to the back here. And then our gray carpet as well, fill in this whole row in like so. Now at this point here, we do get to our rails here. And for our rail system, what we're going to do here is we're going to be going ahead and grab ourselves some placeholder blocks here again. We're going to go ahead and go off the side here of this pressure plate. We're going to place down 2 end rods, another space, 2 end rods, a space, 2 end rods, skip a space, 2 end rods, and then we're going to basically do the same thing on the back here. So we're going to have a lever here. We're going to use our debug stick to rotate it. So like we've been doing. Like so, and we'll have it powered like that. And then basically the same thing will be done that we did on the other side over here. So we're just going to take these blocks, build out to the sides here, place down our levers, and we'll go ahead and just rotate these. Like so, for each one of the levers. And once we have that done, that right there will basically be what we have here for layer 2 here for the platform. So pretty simple stuff. That right there will basically sum up this layer all together. And at this point, basically the next thing we have to do is to go ahead and basically work on layers 3 and 4. So with that out of the way, that's what it should look like for that complete. And with that, let's move on to layers 3 and 4. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into layers 3 and 4 for the cargo platform. To begin with, we'll be going ahead and going to each one of these levers. And we're just going to place down a dark oak wood fence post on top of them. Like so. So all the way along the side here. And the same thing will be done over here. So just like that. And then we want to go then place down levers, or sorry, I should say end rods in between these dark oak wood fence posts. And then the ones on the end here, we're just going to place down 1 end rod. So the ones on the end, just 1 end rod. And then again, 2 end rods here in between these fence posts. So like this. And same thing here. And then for this end rod here, just like we did down there, we're going to go and basically place down our lever here to the side. We're going to go ahead and rotate it. So it's like this, and we're going to go ahead and then again do the powered technique, and then we'll have it kind of go down like so. And same thing will be done on the back here as well. So let's go ahead and again rotate it. And we're going to go ahead and then power it. So like so. And then our last one will be done over here. So we have our lever, our end rod, change the facing like that. And not like that, power it. So just like that, we have basically our rails done. At this point here, we're going to place down 2 nether brick stairs on top of these 2 here. 2 black stained glass blocks on top of these 2. And there are 2 on top of those upside down stairs. Then on top of these, we're going to go ahead and then place down a redstone repeater. Like this, spread the notches apart like so. And we're also going to go and then place down a lantern on top of this black stained glass block as well. We then want to grab dark oak wood trapdoors. We're going to place down a row of 2. To the side here, we then want to go ahead and grab ourselves an item frame. Place down an item frame coming off that slab or that trapdoor, and then we're going to go then place down a snowball in the item frame like so. And after we have that done, that right there's it for basically 3 and 4 for the basic structure. We'll be going ahead and now moving into the small section here where we'll be making these banners, which will be used on the detail here for the little cab to make it look a little bit more nicer. Anyways, let's go ahead and grab the materials we need to make our banners, and let's go ahead and make those banners and go ahead and complete the build. Alright guys, so to make these banners, they're pretty simple to do. The first, what we're going to need to get started with is a loom, 4 black banners, 10 green dye, and 2 white dye. To get started, we're going to go into our loom, we're going to place down our black banners and our green dye. For our first banner we're going to make, we're going to go and do a line on the left side like so. And we want to go then do a line on the right side. So just like this. We're going to go and create 2 banners like so. And we're going to go then do the same thing here for our other 2 black banners. So we're going to have a line on the left side here. And a line on the right side. For one set of these 2 banners, we're going to place it back into our loom. We're going to do a line horizontally through the center. And that right there is going to complete these 2 banners here. The next 2 banners, we're going to do the same thing. Line horizontally across the center. Like that. Except for these 2 banners, we're going to place back into our loom. And we want to go and do the diagonal line that goes across here. So it's going to basically go across from the bottom up. So you can see we have, for this first banner here, it's going to look like this, diagonal. So it's going to be the split in half there. And that's going to be this banner here. And then we're going to go do this, the opposite side. So it's going to create this design as well. With these 2 banners, we're going to place them back into our looms in our white dye. We then want to select the bottom left, or the bottom corner that corresponds with our triangle. So this one we're going to be the right triangle. It's going to be that little white square there in the corner there. That's going to be that banner. And then this banner here, we're going to go into the bottom left corner to go ahead and go for our triangle. And that right there will basically complete these 2 banners. Now to go ahead and place them, super simple. What we want to do is we want to go ahead and start off by going ahead and placing down these banners here, like this. So that our line is forward of the vehicle. And that's going to be the same thing there on both sides. We then want to go ahead and place down our diagonal banners, like this, so that the diagonal is going back toward the rear of the vehicle. And that's going to be the same thing here on both sides there, like that for that little section there. And once we have that all complete there, that right there is pretty much it for the banners. And with that, that will complete my design here for both the extended and lowered version of the AMSS Atlas2000 K-Loader. Hope you guys do enjoy this tutorial and are able to put it to good use. If you do end up using this build, I do ask you guys give me proper credit for it. This could be anything from a sign on the build, link to my channel, or this video if this does bring social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for the build, you're free to use it for a project you guys are working on. Overall, enjoy the build, have fun with it, and all that fun stuff. With that though, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Koya 204, and I'll see you guys next time.